This is part 3 of a series of influencer, social media, and brand liability. If you're a brand agency or social media influencer and you're involved with using social media influencers to share your products and services, pay attention to this video and the other 2 videos and resources that are linked in this post. Influencer liability. If you're an influencer and you're being hired by social media agencies or brands or companies reaching out to you to help promote their products and services, do the following things. Number 1, don't be an influencer in the capacity of an individual. Do business as a limited liability company. Do business as a corporation. Check with a qualified and experienced lawyer in your state, in your jurisdiction, in your venue to determine what is the best business entity for you as an influencer to do business as. The next thing you need to do is make sure you get in writing the terms and conditions of your influencer promotion or marketing campaign. What is it that the brand wants you to do? If you're dealing directly with a social media agency, what is it that the social media agency wants you to do? We're talking about time, scope, duration. Which platforms are you supposed to be engaging on? Are there any limits to what you could do? How is pricing? How is compensation going to take place? The bottom line is get everything in writing, whether you're dealing with a social media agency or you're dealing directly with the brand. Next, in the written agreement, make sure that it's specified exactly as to what you can or can't do. What are you allowed to do? How much of your unique and individual personality, how much of your brand are you allowed to put into the influence campaign? This is critically important. You don't want to overstep your boundaries. You want to negotiate at the beginning of an influencer campaign what you can and cannot do. Okay, now we're talking about using contracts, using written agreements, right? The next thing you need to do is make sure that in your written agreement with the social media agency that reached out and hired you, or if you're dealing directly with the brand, with the product provider who provides the products and services, make sure you have a hold harmless and waiver and equitable indemnity provision in your contracts. What this means is that if you've done everything you're supposed to do as an influencer, you haven't violated any FTC rules or regulations or made any other mistakes, but for some reason there's a claim or litigation and it's above and beyond your control. You had nothing to do with that claim or litigation, but you get dragged into a lawsuit, okay? Because of something the social media agency did or something the brand did. This provision that you make sure is included in your influencer agreement will require either the social media agency or the brand to step in and protect you. They have to hire the lawyers. They have to incur the expense of defense. If something happens and there's a judgment or a verdict rendered against you, they have to step up and hold you harmless. They have to pay that verdict or that judgment. They have to waive anything that's being claimed against you that you did wrong in their defense. The bottom line is they step into your shoes and they defend you from any and all claims. The next thing you need to do as an influencer is make sure you have liability insurance. If a claim is brought against you and you have liability insurance, then that liability insurance company will step in and protect your rights. They'll bring in legal counsel and they'll make sure you're protected. That's their job. If for whatever reason as an influencer you can't get liability insurance, try to get the social media agency or the brand, depending on who you're dealing with, to step in and include you on their liability insurance policy by way of a rider, by way of an amendment, or maybe a brand new policy. That's just smart business, and it's something that a lot of influencers either never think about or they never do. Last, as an influencer, make sure that you comply with all state and federal rules and regulations. Make sure full disclosure requirements are satisfied via the FTC and sometimes even the FCC. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do as an influencer under the state and federal laws, rules, and regulations that control exactly what you do. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, if you're not sure what you're allowed to say or not say, reach out to a good lawyer in your state with experience in influencer liability to help you and to hold your hand and to get you going in the right way. Contracts, written agreements, follow the law, get liability insurance, do everything we talked about, and you'll be positioning yourself for success, not only in 2019, but for many years to come. You guys reach out if you have any questions. My name is Mitch Jackson. Make each day your masterpiece.